leading up to the Christmas holiday. Two folks with a busy Christmas schedule from Ella Sharp Museum. We have the Director of Curatorial Affairs, Harrison Marcotte, and Executive Director Jeremy Frew. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Bart. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Oh, great.
Yeah, so today, in fact, you have an event, a holiday event going on like right now.
Yeah, there's Christmas little tours of the Ella's house. It's awesome. It's all decorating Christmas. And when I left there, I think there was 5 to 10 people going on a tour. But yeah, there's been stuff nonstop, and we've been so busy. We had that Christmas market. I think we had a couple thousand people go through that weekend.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah,
It's been a very busy time, but it's great. You know, Ella gives you that holiday feel when you step there.
Yeah. Well, and it's the way it was when Ella was alive.
You're right.
The house is virtually a replica of what it was like when she lived there.
Yeah, and I know we're going to hit on this too. One of the things that we have been really talking about is that's really our front door, and we're going to have to get back to that. Ella's house is the front door of the museum, and we need to start celebrating like that. Hence, we'll talk about the restoration project. But Ella's house is special, and that's why we're there.
Well, originally it was just the house. That was the first of the museum.
Yeah, that's how we began. Yeah, it's like that her legacy in the house, and then that was, to be fair, that was the first museum. You know, there was collections kept upstairs, and the house itself was where people worked in the 1965, right when we opened, and where all the first objects were brought in, and yeah, we've expanded from kind of that headquarters centerpiece.
Well, I was excited to learn that you're embarking on a restoration project of Ella's house, because I can think of a couple things. It's got no bathroom, it's got no running water, it's got no internet, it's got no Wi-Fi.
The internet's
You're not
going to
add
be a big
any
one.
of that, are you?
Yeah, we're going to put it the fastest internet that you can find.
Is it aging? Is the house like in disrepair?
I mean, I wouldn't say disrepair. No, I would say it needs everything that average house needs. It needs there's the weekly maintenance, but then there are the big things too. It needs it has a lot of its original woodwork. It needs a new coat of paint. You saw we replaced the roof. That was a really huge project this past year, but there's just a lot of things here and there that needs. The windows need work, the shutters need work. It's it's all these things, but it's not the case that the house is in disrepair or anything like that.
It looks great. I mean, it's been well maintained.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
But you're right.
Normal wear and tear part. But one of the things is we're going to be very committed to the house, like we always have. But we want to get back to having weddings in there. We want to get back to having events. And like you mentioned, internet and stuff. We want to get that there because we want it to be used more. I mean, we want people to know about Ella. We want to celebrate her. And it starts with that house. And the outside needs some love, and that's what we're starting with, painting, the shutters, and so forth.
So I was kidding when I said bathrooms and running water. You actually want to do that?
We'll come to that one when we get to it.
Yeah.
So I know there's some things that were actually there when Ella lived there, but there are some things that you think might have been there.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So we have a lot of her things. She lived there until her death in 1912. After that, someone with the Parks lived there for a little bit, so there was some differences, but we have a bunch of her furniture, her original furniture. We have her wedding veil is in the house, because she was married in the house, which is kind of a continuation of why we're looking to hold weddings in the house. And we did that before, and they were super popular, but we do have a lot of the art in the house is her family's. We have there are 2 pianos in the house. One is her mother Mary's that she brought over from New York when she moved here, and then the other one is Ella's. So it's kind of like those are kind of the pieces that we use to celebrate the 2 women that really characterized the house, because that's really the story of the house, is the story of these 2 women who lived in it and made it their space.
So she was a widow. Ella.
She was, yeah.
So who was the woman that lived with her?
So her mom, Mary Wing, who then became Mary Merriman, was the first one to move out here, and then she ended up having Ella when they lived there. But it's really, when we say the story of 2 women, it's really just the story of Mary, her mom, and then Ella, because they're the ones who really managed, the farm. And it's not something you usually see with women of that time period, where they really have the front. They really are the front seat. They're the drivers of the place.
It's amazing. We'd all be dead in a week if we had to live like that.
That's right.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a price tag on this restoration project?
Yeah, we've got a couple bids already out on the painting and the shutters. It's everywhere, anywhere from like 55 to 65, but that's only step one. So we want to get that done first. We're going to do it in steps and just take our time. So that's really where we're at now, working on that in our annual giving request and getting it to that, because we really want to get that outside looking nice. Again, that beautiful road, Stone Road, I mean, everybody drives by it. It needs to look good, and we got to get back. Again, that's the front door of the museum, and we need to treat it that way.
So the color of the house, it's a brick house, right? Is it brick?
No, it's
No.
it is siding on it. Some of it is brick,
Okay.
but it's like a mix.
right there.
Yeah,
So
some of it's
what's the-
siding and
is,
brick.
is that the original color?
No,
No.
and that's kind
There's
of
a debate.
Yeah, there's debates because it's tough to say.
Someone
really.
thought, let's try
It
like
is
a
a-
light yellow.
It is honestly a period color. It is a color that would have been used at the time. Anywhere from white to these kind of pastel colors, but a lot of, I don't want to say like the wealthier people, but wealthier houses tended to be more outlandish colors because at the time that paint was more expensive, and that late 19th century. There's a lot of focus on kind of showing off your wealth, but that's not really how Ella was. She was more community minded. So really, like, that's what we really want to focus on, is just like her house. When she lived there, it was almost a public house. She had people like, they were really involved in local politics, really involved in a lot of civic organizations, and that house was a hub for a lot of the community who come through and stay there, which is why it doesn't look huge on the outside, but it's really big on the inside. And a lot of that was to host the community.
So you want to do more of that. You want to bring it back to what it was.
Right,
because
yeah.
it's like white gloves. You got to tiptoe.
You got it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We want to make it back to the community, and we want to celebrate. We want people to come by. We can get them through there. We wanted to make it like she was, and we got to get back to that.
Yeah.
All right, that's a big project coming up. Well, let's get through the holidays, because you've got, you mentioned the house tours. They're going on right now, and I think for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we have them, I think, through the rest of the year. It's at 1 o'clock. I believe they're at 1 o'clock. 1 to 2 p.m. And they're great. We've got we've got our historian doing work on it. We've got some really long-time docents, people who love the house.
I know one of them,
yeah.
and she is so passionate about the
Yeah.
place. And you know who I'm talking
Yes,
about.
and she's going to be doing a little show with us here. Yeah, we have so many people that are so committed. Also, too, we have a Christmas show going on in the planetarium, so there's that going on too. And the dates, it runs all the way up to the holiday, Christmas, and then it also runs between Christmas and New Year's. So we're going to keep pushing that. And then we get into January and we start changing the bridal showers and other events. We're going to be very busy, Bart, very busy.
So it's been about, let's talk about the Cosmic Christmas at the planetarium, special show during the Christmas break. Well, this weekend next.
Yeah, this is going to run the same time as our tours. We're running the tours and the Cosmic Christmas show in the planetarium. It runs all the way 18th to the 23rd, and then it goes to 26th to 30th. So we have both those things going at once. So there's a lot of traffic and stuff going on to the museum.
Nice. So, Jeremy, you've been there about 3 months.
Yeah.
As executive director. How's it going?
It's going great. I got great staff. I keep being just blown away, and I say this every time. There's so much we offer the community. And so that is the best part. And also, people love Ella, and they want to do well. I keep hearing these things about the granary, which you so snuck in earlier today already. But people love that place, want it to do well, but they also are saying something why we're doing the house. They want us to get back to celebrating Ella. They want to get in their houses. They want the history. They love the museum. They want the history piece too. So we're going to do a lot of focus on that.
Awesome. Well, we were talking about the granary off the air, but I know that's one of the things you'd like to be able to have somebody visit the museum and get something to snack on after they visit.
Yeah, what we're talking about is we don't know if it'll ever be or can be a full restaurant again, but we want to find somewhere in between where we could have something serviced there. We're talking about putting some really nice heating ovens in there. We are already working on it as a team. We're going to repaint it. We're going to get all the woodwork up and shining and make it super nice. So we can find somewhere in between spot where we can have something, but I don't know if it'll ever be a full restaurant again. We don't know that answer yet.
All right, still to come. And if people would like to make a gift during the end of the year season, the Ella's Restoration Farmhouse.
You can call us. You could please stop in.
Stop
I
in.
love when people stop in and we can go walk them through the house and so forth. Or you can go online at www.ella.org. And also, I'm going to tell you something else, Bart. Last time we were here, we were talking about the collections. You brought it up. We're starting to do tours. We're actually doing tours today for our board
Yeah.
in the collections. This was from the last time we were on the show. They've been cleaning that area up. So we're getting lots of people who want to get down in those collection rooms.
Yeah.
So I want you to know that came from us being on the show last time and me making a promise that I didn't know we could deliver.
Yeah. So I mean, that stuff. It is the community stuff. You know, we hold it for we hold it for the public. So we are going to be opening it starting early this next year. I think we'll probably schedule one for January. Yeah. So we'll have that open. Just call, we'll figure it out, and make an appointment. We can give you a tour of our collection spaces and.
We're trying to figure a way to combine it with some food and drink too.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the basement, no one's ever seen it. It's a huge basement. It's where all the stuff is.
Yeah, it's about 95% of it, which is pretty typical across the board with museums, is most of the stuff you don't see. If you think like the end of that Indiana Jones movie where the Ark goes in the storage warehouse, it's kind of like how it is.
It really is, yeah.
So there's a lot to be seen.
Cool. Thanks for being here today.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to
Merry
everyone
Merry
at
Christmas.
the museum.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeremy Frew and Harrison Marcotte from the Ella Sharp Museum. We're going to have some